About 2 years ago, I dropped out of college. I was a business finance major.
Hey, my name is SHANE.STOFFER. I'm a business finance major. I chose to be a business finance major because since a young age, I've always had a passion for money.
My GPA was a 1.6, and I decided, this isn't for me. I'm no good at this. I don't like doing this. I'm moving on to better and greater things. Fast forward 5 months after I dropped out of college, I hadn't done that much dope at all. Mostly just a ton of drugs. And more drugs. I don't know. Technically, when you really crunch the numbers, I found myself addicted to drugs and homeless. I didn't do anything except for party and derp around all the time. My parents cut me off financially, so what did I do? I went back knocking on my old frat's door. Hey guys, you know that stinky old storage closet that you guys got downstairs? I was wondering if I could move into the storage closet. And that's where a lot of you guys met me. That's where I started posting my first YouTube videos.
I've not cleaned my room since last weekend when we were all drinking. And everyone for some reason likes to hang out in my tiny room. Laundry, clean clothes, dirty clothes, vitamins, bed. This is our bathroom. You know how it goes. Not too bad. Got the eggs cooking. But you know, this is just not ideal for meal prep.
And over the last 14 months, my life has changed dramatically. I went from abusing steroids, addicted to drugs, addicted to gambling, broke. 14 months later, now I'm still addicted to steroids, addicted to drugs, addicted to gambling, but I'm not broke. In all seriousness, in the last 14 months, my life has changed dramatically. It feels like I've been able to do any and everything that I want. I've made over $10 million, I've retired my parents, I bought my first house, I bought my dream car, I bought a iced out chain with my name on it. How cool is that? TOGI chain, where's this? Over here. I don't know. Like a patizzard. I've met so many incredible people that I look up to. I've gotten the opportunity to meet and hang out with. Even a few of them I call my really good friends now. It really feels like I finally got my closure. The old me always dreamt of this life, and now we're here. As you grow, your dreams evolve, so now I want bigger and better things. But as far as what that old me wanted, in just 14 months, I checked off every single box that I could ever dream of, and significantly more. And for something that spectacular to happen in such a short period of time, it wasn't by accident. And a lot of people ask me what the secret sauce was. What exactly was the secret juicer to get you from there to here? A lot of people have these crazy big dreams, but they just cannot seem to connect the bridge from current to dreams, you know? Because dreams, it can't be a reality, it's just one of those. That's just gotta happen. It's, you know, pretty simple equation. You guys know I'm nothing special. I am the most normal frat dude, like, no special talents, not very smart. Well, technically 79. 79! Oh my God, there's no way I got 79. But it's neither here nor there. Wasn't very popular, not good in social situations, like, you name it. Everything I am bad at. But somehow I pulled it off. So today, here I am, putting you guys on the game. What exactly did I do to get there? Here we have 20 ideas that I adapted that changed my life. It only takes one good year. If you adapt these ideas today, I truly believe that you can do anything and everything that you want over the course of the next 365 days. Eric, you know what I'm saying? Swing. Without further ado, welcome to... You know, a lot of people don't like the gambling steroid stuff. I think no matter who you are as a female, male, MILF, super MILF, super sexy teacher, MILFs that, you know, mostly if you're, you know, all that kind of good stuff. Book of TOGI, Book of TOGI, Book of TOGI. Sometimes people get crazy lucky and people look at them and they're jealous. Why did that person deserve that success? A great example is the Haktua girl. I got no fade against the Haktua girl, but we're just gonna use her as an example. The Haktua girl was a dumb bar slut out one night and she got interviewed and said, spit on that thing, whatever. Overnight, successful, millionaire. Everyone for months is hating on Haktua because she has the dream life, while I'm slaving away to get where I want. Why did she get it handed to her? That's bullshit, because she got it handed to her. But that's the thing, you can't trick the universe. You can't become successful on borrowed effort. When you find success and you have not put in the trials in order to deserve that success, the universe will come crashing down on you. So we circle back to the Haktua girl. Overnight success, but she was successful on borrowed effort. 2 months later, she does whatever, a cryptocurrency scam, and her entire career, entire life is ruined. Now, as of today, nobody would trade their life for Haktua's. Why did that happen to her? Because she did not put in the trials for her success, and now this is her trials. Now she's going through some shit, and one day, I think she will be back with real success. And that's a good point. If your life is shitty right now, that's a good thing. You are currently putting in the trials for your future success so that you are prepared. You have put in the work. You have gone through the shit. You've gone through the thick of it, so you deserve your future success. And when you have your future success, it will be real. Another good example is myself. When I was 18 years old, I made $900,000. I was doing high leverage Bitcoin and Ethereum trading, got super lucky, made $900,000, dropped out of college. I was successful. I didn't earn that success. I was lucky. 8 months later, I had blown all my money. I owed the IRS $250,000 because apparently drugs and vacations don't count as a tax write-off, which is bull. For the record, 100% that should have been a tax write-off. But either way, I blew that money on cars, drugs, private jets, and now all of a sudden I have no skills, no job, no money, and a nasty addiction. Yikes. Before I went broke, everyone thought I was sick, and then after that, after I went broke, nobody thought I was dope. Oh, haha, look at Togi, what a idiot. Don't worry about what others have. Sometimes the grass is greener on the other side because the grass is fake. You never know what somebody actually has. So if you're wasting all your energy and your time worried about, oh, this is bullshit, they have this, they have that, why don't I have the XYZ? You're wasting your time on somebody that might have fake grass. And finally, when you do find success, because you will, stay vigilant and stay humble, because you never know. Sometimes if you have success and it was a little too easy, it's hard to see at the time. Again, when I was 18, I thought I made all that money because I was smart, because I was good at cryptocurrency trading. Classic Dunning-Kruger effect. If you guys aren't familiar with the Dunning-Kruger effect, it's when you first embark on something, about 2 to 4 weeks in, you feel like you know everything about it. And then as you learn more and more about whatever it is you're diving into, you realize you don't know about it. But a lot of people get stuck at the top of the Dunning, and then they get Krugered. I think that's why it's called the Dunning-Kruger. Dunning-Kruger. You don't want to get Krugered, and you don't want to stay at the Dunning. You have to stay humble, because it might not be what you think. I'm being a total hypocrite by saying that, because I have always, consistently throughout my life, flexed earlier than I should have, and I get humiliated for it every single time. So I'm just telling you guys, don't do the same mistake as me, because I played myself. If you do find success and it was a little too easy, you're not guaranteed to fail. You just have to stay humble and grateful for what you have. If when I was 18, I stayed humble, said, okay, I probably made all this money from crypto because I got lucky. So I should back off, I should learn, grow other businesses, practice my skills, save, invest this $900,000, and not blow it on cars because I think unlimited money is coming my way. Then we would be in a much better situation. I could have been set for life when I was 20, but when I was 20, I was broke with a addiction. The only difference was I wasn't humble. Massive difference in the output of your life. All right, moving on. A lot of people have these massive daydreams, you know, they daydream about whatever their dream life looks like. It feels so real that they can taste it. But for some reason, they believe that they're destined for a mediocre, a subpar life. The irrational idea that other people are more capable, fundamentally better, fundamentally luckier, and are more deserving to operate at a high level. The haves versus the have-nots. Some people have XYZ, and I am a have-not because I'm not lucky enough, I'm not skilled enough, I'm not talented enough. But you have to ask yourself, what's more likely? Are these people fundamentally more capable than me? Or have I not tried enough? Do I not have the right mindset towards it? I mean, look at me, for example. I have clocked in IQ on paper, which I think my IQ is way higher than this, but it's neither here nor there. According to the doctors, my IQ is 79. And I made over $10 million last year. I bet you could think of, off the top of your head, 10 celebrities that you believe are an idiot, but they have more than you. And there's hundreds of celebrities. There's millions of people on this planet, not just celebrities operating at the highest level, but think about even in high school. There's a ton of your peers that started with less than you, but they got that promotion. They're operating at a higher level than you. Do not save your dreams for somebody else to do. Every single day you wake up and somebody that had less than you ends up with more than you. And that should drive you insane. Watching somebody steal your dreams, watching somebody live their dreams for you is the ultimate form of regret. Why not you? You have the tools, you have the brain power, you have the abilities, you are more than capable to conquer the world, but for some reason you're stuck in this irrational box of beliefs that you're destined for being fucking mediocre. I've never once in my life met a loser, like a true, genuine deadbeat that's never gonna amount to anything. What do I mean by this? If you have ever made someone laugh, you're funny. If you have ever woken up at 7 a.m., 7 days in a row, worked a 40, 50, 60-hour week, if you've ever worked a 60-hour week, you know how to work hard. I've never worked a 60-hour week, so you're outperforming me and most influencers on the hard work front. If you have ever dreamt so big that you can taste it, if you can vividly see your daydream so clearly that it feels real, then you know how to harness the law of attraction. A lot of people have a hard time grasping the law of attraction, even though it's within you. So what I'm saying is, everyone is phenomenal, everyone is incredible at many things, but at least one thing you are the best at. At least one thing you can be the best at. But a lot of people, when they aren't where they want to be in life and they're in the wrong circle, they get in a lot of negative thoughts of like, oh, I'm not good at anything, I'm a piece of shit. But you just haven't found your value yet. You're made of gold, but sometimes gold isn't useful when you're trying to build a hammer. Does that make sense? I don't know if that metaphor made like perfect one-to-one sense, but the idea is that you're just in the wrong circle, in the wrong place, doing the wrong things. You know what your passions are, you know what you're good at, but now you're still studying accounting, failing your accounting test, and then your professor tells you that you're a idiot because, oh my God, you got a 23% TOGI, you're an idiot. I'm not a idiot, I'm just not meant to be doing accounting. Some people are and they're great at it, but why are they laughing at you for being bad at it when it's clearly not your skill? So wake up, choose to embark on the activities that you are incredible at. A lot of people say, okay, I got this passion, but how am I going to make any bread off of it? I can't make any money off of my passion of knitting. And what I'm telling you is you're wrong. Don't worry about the money and the money will come. Every and any skill can be turned into a career. For example, the homie that filmed Free Solo, the most goated rock climber of all time. I guarantee you that motherfucker did not look at a rock one day and said, I'm gonna climb this to money. He said, I'm gonna climb this rock because I love climbing rocks. Not my thing. But who am I to judge? It's his life, not mine. Why would he ever listen to somebody else saying, don't climb on that rock, that's stupid, you're never gonna make no money? He said, I'm gonna climb this rock because I love climbing on rocks. He's a multi-millionaire on accident because one day he decided, I'm gonna climb up this rock better and faster and riskier than anyone else ever climbed up this rock. If you're too concerned about the money now, you're gonna be led towards an unfulfilling path. There's more lucrative activities than climbing on rocks at the start before you're great. We can circle back to the accounting. Accountants or whatever make good money, but if you're not passionate about it, you're gonna burn the out and you're gonna be operating at about 20% of your fullest effort, your fullest potential on that endeavor because you don't like accounting. But if you're able to operate at 80 to 100% of whatever you're doing, you're going to be able to be the top 1% of that niche. And then that's where the real money comes. So don't worry about the money now. Focus on becoming great at what you love and the money will come, I promise you. Oh my god, are we really gonna have this dog yelling at us for this whole thing? That's gonna be a huge problem. Don't be so scared of your dreams, because they're not that scary. I want to go to the MLB, I want to be the president, XYZ. Like when you were a kid, when you were in 6th grade, everybody has these insane visions. They seem so realistic. When you're in 6th grade, you think you can conquer the world. All of a sudden you grow up, you're 18, and that spark is completely gone. What changed? Think about it this way. If you set up a 1 foot wide plank and laid it across the floor, you could walk across that thing 1,000 out of 1,000 times. But if you took that exact same plank and put it 1,000 feet in the air, 99% of people are gonna fall because you're too busy looking down. What if I fall? If I fall, I'm totally Most people aren't even gonna try and cross that beam when it's 1,000 feet in the air because you're too worried about what if it goes wrong. Even though the task itself, cross that skinny mother is not that difficult. Why are you so focused on what could go wrong when everything could go right? By nature, the journey is intimidating. It's built in. That's how it should be. No movie would be exciting if it wasn't, oh, what if he falls off that beam? What if he falls off the bridge and dies? If every movie was super easy, I'm not gonna watch that movie if the protagonist just gets the loot at the start of the movie. That'd be the worst movie of all time. It's supposed to be scary. That's why it's incredible. It's supposed to be scary. You're supposed to risk everything, and you're meant to accomplish it. It's like the movies, I'm telling you, and you're like, oh, life's not a movie. It's just like a movie. Your life, you should treat your life like a movie, and you're the main character, because that's all it really is. Do you really think that if you were the main character of a movie, are you destined to sit at a desk job for 8 hours a fucking day? Everybody else's opinions, what everyone else is doing, because you're the main character of your movie. And I'm telling you guys, you're meant to succeed. Oh my god, you're meant to succeed. It drives me mad just thinking about how many people don't truly believe that they can succeed. The task itself is not that hard. Crossing the beam is not that hard, guys, I promise you. Okay, let's put it this way. The beam, sure, not the best comparison in the world, because that's not one-to-one, you know? Realistically, life is not walking across a beam. Let me put into real terms how easy your dreams are. The WNBA gets 50 million unique viewers a year. The WNBA! Have you ever in your entire life watched a WNBA game? Another example, Scrub Daddy. You guys know that sponge with the smiley face on it? It's like $1 billion company, Scrub Daddy. We're talking about, think about what that is. Scrub Daddy, Scrub Daddy. We're talking about a sponge in which you scrub. But I guess this sponge is extra special. The point being is that people will watch anything. People will consume anything. 8 billion, I think, maybe 9, who the f knows, who the f cares? Billions of people on this planet, and you don't think 100,000 are gonna be your fan? 100,000 won't buy your product? 100,000 won't support you? That's literally like 1/50,000th of a percent. That math was off the top of my head. It's not important. I think you guys get the idea of that chapter. A lot of people want to work hard for a medal, put work in, and they want to receive something for their work immediately. Good job, you worked, immediate results. That's why jobs are so popular, because you put in 5 hours work and you get 5 hours of pay. But that's always dog shit. You're always capped at a certain something. Success happens behind closed doors. Nobody will be there on the journey. It's you versus you. No one is going to save you except for you. It's on you. You have to work hard, not for a medal, but you're working hard to pay your dues. You're putting in the sweat equity so that later in life, you never have to look at the ceiling and ask, what if? It's not about the recognition, it's not about the medal, it's about you. And you know exactly what it takes. Everybody knows what a hard day of work feels like. Everyone knows what it feels like to go to the gym and work your off, and afterwards, you know exactly what that feeling is. When you truly work hard, everyone at some point, but most people have that kind of moment once a month. You know truly what it takes, and it's hard. But if you think the price of being successful is too high, wait until you're served the bill for regret. You don't have a choice here. You have to put in the something. If you don't feel like you're worth something, or you don't think you can pull something off, start by getting jacked, because that's the most linear progression of you're going every single day, you work out, and you go home, and 3 days later, you worked out every day, you look the exact same, but you show up every single day, and over the course of 2 years, now you have built something. Now people are asking you, how did you do that? It's the best example of you put in work, and then you get something spectacular out of it that you can simply by not working the smartest, not being the best at anything, by showing up every single day, you will get the results. When you work behind closed doors, progress is being made. There's just no congratulations until the end. On your journey, you'll get no congratulations until you're done. Then everyone says, oh, he was lucky. They never saw the hundreds of hours while they were out at the bars getting drunk, doing whatever, where you were locked in your room, stuck with your thoughts, stuck with your ideas, working on yourself. That's just part of the process. And it gets lonely. It gets very, very lonely. Loyalty versus success. A lot of people say you're an average of the 5 people that you hang out with most. And I think that's somewhat true, but mostly bullshit. A lot of people, I saw Luke Belmar tweet talking about you need to get rid of the friends that are losers, the friends that are dragging you down. A lot of people say you should be the least successful in the room so that way you can build up. You can learn from these people, become more successful. They're gonna bring you up with you. That makes you a leech and a coward. Getting rid of your loser friends. Your loser friends that have been with you since day one, since you were in 8th grade. You're gonna bail on that motherfucker because he's not working hard enough so you can go suck some rich dude's and try and leech your way to success. That's you can't do it on your own, so you need to ride the coattails of more successful people and leave your real friends who have real loyalty, real respect for you, real connection, real love. You're trying to become successful for the wrong reasons. You can think of at least 2, 3 of your friends that aren't like, bummer, they're not gonna cut the chut. They're losers, whatever. They drink too much, they party too much, they don't work hard. That doesn't mean you get to leave them in the dust. Don't forget who was there when you had nothing. Don't forget who's with you now. If you have nothing now and they're with you and they fuck with you, if these people love you for you, when you have something or in the pursuit of something, you don't get to forget about that. Never forget, loyalty always over money. Become successful and then lead them to water. Provide them all the tools that you can to make sure that they build their own success. Because that's what it's all about. The bros getting rich and famous. The bros getting rich and moving to Monaco together. If you're a billionaire and all you have is fake billionaire friends, there's no point of being a billionaire. You're gonna be depressed. Let's not forget the fucking point is getting rich with our friends, bro. Every dude has dreamt of driving up the canyon. Everyone's in the dream car. He's got the GT34 RS or whatever. He's got the Lamborghini. He's got the Bugatti. And you're all just, that's one of the coolest things ever. That's what it's all, that's one of the best experiences ever is experiencing success, nothing to everything with your best friends, because without your best friends, you're at a certain point you lose a piece of you. Don't do shit to impress others to get into that more successful circle. You and your friends are the main character of your own movie. It's your circle. So you guys should be the most successful. Do the craziest shit. Do everything and anything you wanted. Everybody else is doing. Oh, but my friends are dragging me down because they're always inviting me to go drink, go do some bullshit. Real love, real friendship includes the understanding when you say no and you have to bail on it. Trust me, I've been in the frat with my best friends. I've had my door broken into while they're drinking and I'm working. And they're with me, my work, but that's real love. Dude, sometimes you just gotta say no 700 times. Sometimes you have to punch one of your homies in the face to get them to shut the you go to the bars, I'm gonna work. And they will eventually understand that. Real friends want to see other friends succeed. A lot of people feel the feeling of friendship when somebody is dragging them to the bars with them because you feel like, oh yeah, they wanna drink with me. They like me a lot because they wanna drink with me. You have to be careful. It's either friendship, that person really wants to hang out with you, or mediocrity loves company. They want to drag you down with them. They're insecure that they're going to the bars for the 17th weekend in a row, not getting anything done with their spare time. So they're like, holy shit, he's doing something with his life. He's becoming better. Let me drag him out. Let me make him worse. Let me make sure he stays on my level because now I'm not insecure. If everybody stays on my level, if we're all just nice and mediocre, then none of us are mediocre. Then it's the norm. Then we're all happy because no one excels. Mediocrity loves company. So don't forget that. Your real friends want you to succeed. The people that just can't understand your dreams, the people that just no matter what cannot get it through their head, those are the people that are jealous, subconsciously or not. A laugh doesn't create love. A good memory doesn't create love. Love is created from unconditional support. Unconditional desire to see that person win. Even if it means you have to punch him in the face so that you don't, to get your racked friend out of your room because he really wants you to do just a boing. When your homie comes into the room at 4 a.m., just do a boing and you're working. Sometimes you gotta punch it, it's alright, dude. A lot of people want you to win until you're winning more than them. The second you're more than them, more successful than them, they're jealous and they want you to fall back to lower than them. You should be rooting for all of your friends to be 10 times more successful than you. If you follow this whole book, you'll be so confident and so happy on your own path that if somebody else has more than you, it doesn't matter. If somebody else that means a lot to you, one of your best friends, has more than you, it's a good thing. It doesn't matter because you're happy with yourself. You're happy that they're winning. Sometimes you do have a genuine friendship and you let ego and insecurity ruin a genuine friendship because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're not on your own path. So you let your own ego eat you from the inside out, reflecting your own insecurities onto your friend. So don't be a coward, nerd. Don't expect anything and you will receive everything. Drop any expectations of what it should be. It's your reality, not mine. It's your life. I'm just a random internet dude on your screen and you are living your life, not whatever you think your life should be. What is your life? Sometimes you gotta take a step back and soak it all in. Just smell the grass sometimes. It's beautiful. And whether you like to admit it or not, you have so many blessings. When you expect too much stuff, you lose touch with gratitude. And here's the problem. When you're not grateful for your blessings that you do have, God will take them away. The universe will take them away from you. Andrew Tate said this once. If I were to give you a Ferrari and 1 year later you come back and the Ferrari hasn't been serviced, scratches all over it, on the inside, it just looks terrible, I would never give you a Ferrari again. I'd be like, I just gave you a blessing and you treat it like shit. And on the other hand, if you came back and the Ferrari was in perfect condition, maintained well, I'd be like, damn, that was a good gift. I'm happy to give you more. It's the same way with the universe, with God. He gives us all blessings, and if you're not grateful for what you do have, you're not gonna get any more. If you wonder why you're not lucky, it's because you're not grateful for what you do have. And if you're always unlucky, it's because you're not grateful for what you do have. So what you have gets taken away from you. You know, a lot of people aren't grateful for until it's gone, and then it's a bummer because it's gone. A lot of people like to play the victim. Shut the it pisses me the You are blessed beyond your wildest imagination. The guy walking wishes he had a bike. The guy biking wishes he had a van. The guy with the van wishes he had a sports car. The guy with the sports car wishes that he had a supercar. The guy with the supercar, 40 years old, looks at the 16-year-old that's walking and thinks, damn, I wish I had more time. If you look around enough, everybody will have something that you don't have that you want. And if you're too busy looking around at what you want, you're never gonna appreciate what you have, and then you never lived. That's a big thing I've struggled with over the last year and a half. I've seen a ton of success. My life was getting exponentially better, and I was getting exponentially less happy. Why is that? Because I was too obsessed with more. I was too obsessed with, he has a Lamborghini, I need it, I need it, I need more, I need more. And I never soaked it in, I never got the opportunity, and I regret that. The content that you consume will devour your unique identity. A good example of this is when Andrew Tate first went viral. He took over the internet. Andrew Tate took over the internet, but all of a sudden you have millions of people copy and paste Andrew Tate. What Andrew Tate said was like the Bible. What Andrew Tate would say, Andrew Tate's ideas was like the Bible to these people. And sure, Andrew Tate has a lot of valuable things to say. You shouldn't be obsessed with him. If you spend too long thinking about Andrew Tate's ideas, then you lose touch with your own and you become a wannabe Andrew Tate. And the time will question, what does it mean to be happy? I think to be happy is to experience this universe as your genuine, unique self, bringing your unique identity, sharing that with others, making genuine connections with friends, having new, genuine, exciting ideas. And it sounds kind of corny, but being yourself. That's why the planet is so beautiful. There's 8 billion unique identities all in one mixing pot. But so many people's identities get stripped and lost because they're too scared of their own thoughts. Thinking can be extremely
terrifying. So they're too busy letting Andrew Tate think for them, letting XYZ do the thinking for them. And that is the death of you. A lot of people die when they're 15. All of their ideas are never brought to fruition, never shared with the universe, and it's all because of the content that they are consuming. A lot of people ask, Togi, how did you go viral so fast, right? It's pretty simple. When I first started, I'm horrible about this now, but when I first started making content, I stopped watching content. I stopped consuming content entirely. I only had TikTok for the purpose of posting, because that way there was no outside ideas infecting my mind. I could bring something unique. I would sit there in my own chamber of reflection and come up with my own ideas and bring these to the world. There was no copying. Everything Togi ever did, 100% unique. And when you put something unique out to the world, people watch. It's new. There's so many copycats when there's something new, a new product, new idea, everybody flocks. There's so many people that's like, I want to be the next Togi. I want to be the next Andrew Tate. I want to be the next Jake Paul. It's never gonna work to be the next something. You're the next you. That's incredible. You can conquer the world being the next you. You don't have to be the next Togi, next Andrew Tate. That doesn't make any sense. Why would that? You're the next Lurkashmerker. And why is it so common for people to let their unique ideas and identity be drowned out? Is because thinking is scary. Your own thoughts are very terrifying. It's a lot easier to mindlessly scroll. If you have found yourself having a hard time having unique thoughts or getting in touch with your own ideas, you know, you can't sit there without scrolling. This is a good practice, and I stole this one from Zerka. The human mind is meant to think. You were born to think, but you have to let yourself think. But you don't have to force it. You don't have to sit there. A lot of people sit there and they're so worked up, like, come on, go, go, go. You don't have to force it. You're just not giving your brain the opportunity. So this is the practice. You start by taking any household object, right? Take this bracelet. It's a pretty basic bracelet, whatever. But if I stare at this bracelet for 5 minutes, the first 3 minutes are gonna be unbearable and boring. But then at 3, 4, 5 minutes, I'm like, oh, I never realized about this. This is interesting, never realized about that, about the bracelet. And then all of a sudden you're realizing these insane things about the item that you're staring at that you would have never realized otherwise. You didn't force it, you just let it happen. And that's your mind opening up. You feel like a superhuman. Like, try it right now. Pause this video and try it and then come back. And that's just the first step. Now, step 2, go on a drive. You get in the car, no music, nothing. You go on a 2-hour-long drive. The driving is just enough stimulation so that you're not so bored where you have to quit, have to scroll, you don't want to kill yourself. The driving, you know, focusing on the road, just enough stimulation, but then you're thinking for hours and hours. You know, a lot of people say, my best shots are in the shower. Shower thoughts. The only reason shower thoughts are a thing is because that's the only time in the day most people aren't distracted by something significant. Just water over you and then you're thinking for 5 minutes. And you have incredible ideas in just that 5 minutes. Imagine if you gave it more time. Now, you just stare at nothing. You close your eyes, you stare at a wall and let yourself think for 10, 15 minutes a day. Your life will change. That's how you get in touch with your identity, your mind, your ideas. That's how you come up with something incredible. If you feel stuck, it's not because you're an idiot. It's not because you don't have good ideas. You're not letting your mind open up. It's the most powerful thing this universe has ever created. Science cannot comprehend the human brain, and it will never be able to comprehend the human brain. It is too incredible. It's too powerful. All you have to do is let it work. It takes like 10 minutes to boot up. So every day, just get into practice of this. Stare at a wall. But again, it's not easy. A lot of people just hope. They just wait for an idea to pop in their head, something to happen. They're like, why is my depression not going away? Why do I feel so stuck? I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for something. I'm stuck. I'm waiting. You have to put conscious effort in. And it's harder than it looks. If you paused the video back then and looked at your lighter for 5 minutes, you realize, holy, first 3 minutes, I really was struggling. People go, oh, I'm so ADHD, I can't stay focused. No, you are just a idiot, bro. You're not ADHD. And that's why ADHD and depression are linked, in my opinion. Because most of those cases of the people that have ADHD and depression aren't real. It's people that think they have ADHD because they can't focus, because they don't put in the effort to focus, and then they're depressed because they feel stuck because they have no genuine ideas, they have no thoughts alone, they have no time to work on themselves mentally, no time to output creative ideas. That's a depressing existence.
Money comes and go, muscles come and go, relationships, they come and go. The only thing in this life that you cannot get back is your time. It's so easy to waste time. It feels like we have unlimited time until you're out of time. Think about it on a smaller scale. COVID was 5 years ago. That time went by in nothing, and you have to look back and reflect. What did you really get done in that 5 years? Did you progress as much as you would hope to in the next 5 years? During COVID, you got whatever you got done, and me personally, I was not happy with that time. And then you have to take a look. What do I need to change? What am I doing with my time? What am I really doing with my time? You have to pay attention. Say you take weekends off, completely waste it. You know, you smoke weed, watch Rick and Morty all day long. Seems innocent, but that's 104 days a year. Since COVID, that's 500 days. That's over 1% of your life wasted on just COVID weekends. 1% of your life and maybe 4% of your prime. It's a very common question. If I give you $1 billion, would you be happy? And everyone's like, yeah, of course I'd be stoked if you gave me $1 billion. But not. But then I ask, if I give you $1 billion, but you only have 24 hours left to live, will you take it? And everyone's like, absolutely not. So it's the opportunity to wake up tomorrow is priceless. That time, that 24 hours is worth more than $1 billion. Pay attention to how productive really is in activity. If you go to work for whatever, 9 to 5, you go to work for 9 hours, that time feels very productive, but it wasn't truly productive for you. All you were doing was making someone else richer. You were putting in conscious effort towards their goals. Every second we spend doing a job, doing something for someone else, trying to impress someone else, that's a huge one, is going to be an unfulfilling activity. That is a waste of your time. And that brings up a really, really good point. Do not try and impress anybody. This was the #1 reason I wasn't happy in high school, is because I was too busy trying to impress everybody. If you're authentic to yourself and you just do things that you enjoy, the real ones will find you, and then you'll have an incredible group of friends that love you for you. If you go out and every day you go to school and you have to spend 8 hours putting on a mask, putting on a costume, trying to pretend to be someone else, that's a long time to not be feeding your soul. That's a long time to not be in touch with yourself. I think a lot of people spend 99% of their time doing something for someone else and they don't even really realize it. And that's when you feel lost. You spend too much time wearing a mask and all of a sudden you get lost, your own identity gets lost with the mask. Life is risky. Life is so risky that no one comes out alive. Don't take it too seriously. Don't take life too seriously. And I know it's a lot easier said than done, but if you truly cannot get other people's opinions out of your head, understand this. In 200 years, every single person that you know, every thought, every idea, every opinion about you will be dead, will be 6 feet under. Everybody has 2 lives. And the second one starts when you realize that you only have one. You will never stay up at night staring at the ceiling, losing sleep over the failures. That will keep you up, the eats your soul, that eats you from the inside out, is the what if. That opportunity, it slipped away, it's gone forever. That moment in time is gone and I didn't embark on it, and now I have to sit here forever. What if I will never get to know? What's the deal if you fail? You don't have any money, you're not where you want to be in life, and you have nothing going for you. So you try something, it doesn't work out, boom, you still have nothing going for you. It's great. If you have nothing going for you, you have nothing to lose, so you might as well put everything on the table. You might as well go all out with all of it. Absolutely, the worst case is you try something, you fail, and somebody judges you. Haha, he failed, look at that idiot. They judge you for your failures. Judge me for my failures, because we all know that failure is a part of success. And dude, what the does that person have to say about your life? Why is it so uncool for you to try something? It's your life, it's not theirs. We're conditioned to think that our ideas aren't worth being obsessed with unless it fits the narrative that society needs it to fit. That dude, fitting in with everyone else. I'm not meant to live a normal life. You're not meant to live a normal life, because a normal life is bull, cubicle bull. 9 to 5, that's normal, and that's not what you're meant for. You're meant for whatever that 6th grader dreamt he's meant for. I need you to get that through your head, that you are not meant for regular. Think about it this way, what's worse, offending someone because you tried something that you enjoyed and maybe they think you're weird, or lying on your deathbed and you get a big plate of you could have, you should have, this is when you die and God shows you what you could have been, but they go, that's it. That's what you could have been. Hey, this right here, this is what you could have been. You ended up nowhere near that. You ended up at 5% of your potential. Now you know, and now you learned your lesson. You should have figured it out before, because that's your only chance. That's such a sick game. It's as simple as that's when you lose the game. The game that you only get one chance at, that's when you lose. Holy f***. But luckily it's not too late, and we can figure that out now, ahead of everybody, and we can live, we can do anything we want! We can live up to our wildest dreams! This is the most important chapter of the entire book. I saved the super bangers for the end, because if you're still watching this video, I hope you're enjoying it. I guess if you're this far, you are enjoying it. I hope it's getting your churning McChurnerson churning a little bit harder. And this has been really cool to film this video, because it's so different. I'm so used to putting out the crazy slots, gambling content, and it's fun. I love that. I love that lifestyle. Oh, shit, look at that, kind of busting like that. But either way, I love that stuff, but this is my core. This, for me, comes before the gambling stuff. I never put out content like this because in the pursuit of more views and making more money, you have to do crazy viral shit, not like these talks or whatever. Like, I bet this video I'm gonna make $0 on. It's not gonna get very great views, but it means a lot to me. I'm putting together something that I can show my kids that I'm proud of. I'm proud of all my work, but these ideas are what it means to be Togi. That's what, this is who I am. But either way, it's not important. Also, look at this. This might be off topic.
Why the hell does this crib got 2 fridges? What the f they got 2 fridges for, dude?
At a certain point, if you have 2 fridges right next to each other in the kitchen, I get it if you have like a garage freezer as an extra, well, okay. As an extra one, but if you have 2 fridges in the kitchen next to each other, you're just doing that to show off at a certain point. Okay, back to the most important chapter of the entire book. Are we ready? Fears versus dreams. This whole book so far, we've talked a lot about be delusionally ambitious, follow your dreams, you can do anything, which is 100% true, and most of us know that by now. But if you're not fully convinced yet, if you've not fully been motivated to take that first leap of faith, understand this. Every single day you wake up, you are either feeding your fears or your dreams. When your life comes to an end, you either end up living your fears or your dreams. There's no in between. Every single day, you are inching closer to your fears or your dreams. It starts in the middle, you're neutral, and slowly you're working towards your fears or your dreams. And at the end, it's either fears or dreams, and 95% of people end up living their fears. What it means to live your fears is to never reach the potential that you were supposed to fill, to never become what you know you should have. That's your fears. And your dreams are whatever your dreams, everything you ever wished of. Those are your dreams, whatever they might be. And the only determining factor where you end up is what you feed more. On a consistent day-to-day basis, are you consistently yurting or schmurting? So in reality, you never had the choice to be motivated. You're all in. The day you were born, you were forced to play this game, whether you like it or not. I think it's a beautiful game. The game of life is incredible. But for a lot of people, for most people, it's a game, and you are being forced to play it. Everything you do is life. So you're already here, you're already all in. You might as well give it everything you have. You might as well work hard and work towards your dreams. And even if you don't give but yourself, again, you never had the choice. It's not all about you. What about retiring your mother? She carried you around in your womb, pooped you out. She has done nothing but unconditional love for you, raised you, sacrificed everything for you. It's your responsibility as a man to become the man that you can be. Make your parents proud of what they created. Be so successful that you can take care of your future family, all of your friends. Everybody needs to be chilling, and you know damn well. Think about your friend group. You know damn well a lot of those motherfuckers aren't gonna end up doing it, but that doesn't mean you can bail on them. It's on you to make sure that everyone that has shown you loyalty, love, and respect, it's on you to make sure that everyone's chilling. It's not just about your life. And so every day you have to wake up, and I get it. Sometimes life is, it's a lot easier to say, you know what, I got over there, this sucks, I don't want it. What's one day? It's just one more day. You feed your fears a little more. And the problem is, it builds on itself. When you're feeding your fears, you can't just yurt back. You see the distance? We're already over here. Now you got a fucking ping, ping. And a lot of us have already been feeding our fears for about 20 years. So it's a difficult task to hook the curve back to dreams. It's not too late, you can do it, but what I'm saying is you don't have more days to waste on your fears. Again, like we talked about way earlier, time is very precious. It goes by very fast.
There's no such thing as something for nothing. And you might be thinking to yourself, there's no such thing as something for nothing. Everybody knows that there's no such thing as something for nothing. But then you say that and 5 minutes later you fall into the trap of wanting something for nothing. You have to pay with something to play the game. Everybody has $1 million, $1 million ideas, but that's the nothing. But it feels so good when you have the best business idea ever. You feel like you have something, but everybody experiences that. You're conditioned to think that that's something. Your parents, your teachers, your friends, you share this idea and everyone goes, oh, that's a great idea. Physiology, psychology, psychologist, a tip about your brain, right? When you speak something that you want, or you speak something that you think you're gonna do, you have a plan, you have a business idea. When you speak it out loud, it releases the same dopamine as if you were to actually do it. So a lot of people have an incredible idea, they say it out loud, they get that dopamine hit, and then you get nothing. Because you put nothing in. And you know, that's a reason gambling is so popular. Because it feels like you're getting something for nothing. You go into the casino, you f around, play a few games, tick, 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 and you walk out with money. You think you got something for nothing, but then obviously you are risking something, the money. Nobody walks into the casino thinking they're gonna lose. So you go into the casino, you think you're gonna win a ton of money, and then all of a sudden, boom, you pay with money that you didn't want to lose. You weren't prepared to lose that money, and that's exactly the problem. Same with steroids. I'm gonna take steroids and get bigger muscles, free muscles, and you get the bigger muscles, but then all of a sudden, you're paying with your heart. Your kidneys are failing, you have liver problems. You're paying with something that you weren't prepared to pay. You always pay with something. What did Alex Eubanks say? You have to sacrifice for what you want, or what you want becomes the sacrifice. Come forward and say, I am sacrificing this first in order to accomplish this. Then you know what you're sacrificing. But if you go into a situation where you want something and you don't know what you're sacrificing, the sacrifice comes. It comes later down the line. Like with steroids, you have heart problems. You weren't ready to pay that due. You just wanted the muscles, so you didn't think about it. But if you know what you're risking, hey, I want bigger muscles faster, so I'm gonna take steroids, but I know that I'm risking my heart. Now I can stay more on top of my health, get my blood work done, take my tummy sartan, take my Duvivol, do all the things so that you don't have to risk as much. If you know what you are ready to risk, it's a much better trade-off than just hucking it down the 360 Piper, wanting something, putting up nothing. The universe just you into putting up something, and usually you pay with more than you were willing to pay. The real magic, the most spectacular things happen when you sacrifice something and you might get nothing in return. When you have a job, like we said, you work 5 hours, you get 5 hours pay. But when you put in work to start a business, to start your fitness channel, whatever it might be, you might get nothing in return for that endeavor, and most likely you will get nothing in return. But that's when the magic happens. When you embark on something that's you, where you're the boss of you, it's not someone else's project, it's your project. So you're taking the loss. The reason you go to work and you work 5 hours and you get 5 hours of whatever pay guaranteed in return is because the boss is taking the risk. But when you become your own boss and you embark on your that you love, you are now taking on all the risk, all the failure. But the star is the limit. You can make an unlimited amount of money when you are the boss. You might get nothing in return for years to reach that point, but that's part of the game. And you know this. That's the thing, is these things I'm saying, you guys know this deep down. You have to fail. You will not get anything in return for years. But people still are not willing to put in those years, even though you see the light at the end of the tunnel. You see what it's gonna take to go through the tunnel, but people don't go after it for whatever reason. I don't understand it.
All right, we've pretty much made it to the end of most of these ideas. This video is getting super long, so I'm gonna keep, I have a lot more. One day I would like to write a real genuine book. We'll bang out a few speed tips, a few things to never forget. We don't have to go too in depth on these things. Here we go with the speed tip. Speed tip number one. Speed tip number one, spend money recklessly, because it's easier to make more money than to pinch pennies. Spend all your effort figuring out how to preserve what you have, you lose the abundance mindset. If you just blow money like crazy, like it doesn't matter because you're confident you're gonna make more. Like, dude, if you only have $20,000, blow it on your dream car, blow it on your dream vacation, then you have a taste. Then you have a taste of what it's like to spend money. When you finally walk into the jewelry store and they lock the door and lay out all the nice jewelry for you, you feel like a king. It's an incredible experience. Go out, rent your dream car. Go rent a Lamborghini. You'll drive it for 2 days. You're gonna feel incredible. You get a taste and then you lose it. It's like a shark. Once you get a taste of that blood, you need more. Once you taste how good it can be to have unlimited freedom, all the things you've dreamt of, you're gonna work 10 times harder to get those things. It's the highest form of manifestation. Don't chase girls. They're no better than a drug. Well, think about the last time you hung out with a girl. What did you actually get done? You banged and then you watched cartoons. And at the end of the day, you feel accomplished. You're like, oh, that was nice, that was a good day. But in reality, you got nothing done. You might as well have done hair all day long. And through your head too, if you're chasing women too hard, you start failing at getting women. And then you put more effort into it. And you put more effort into it, and the more you fail. And the more you feel like a failure because you're chasing the wrong goal. That's the universe telling you, stop chasing the wrong goal so hard. Stop putting so much effort into it because the women, they can sense it. They can tell when you care or don't give. They can tell what they are on your priority list. The women can sense when a man has a garden. Attract the women. When you have your own shit you're working on, you come first. You're working on yourself and you build a garden, then it's like butterflies. They are attracted. But if you don't got nothing and you keep chasing them, imagine trying to catch a butterfly with your hand. It doesn't make any sense. If you're not getting girls right now, bro, just time to lock in. Do you really think you would have gotten rejected if you pulled up in a Lamborghini? I'm just saying you wouldn't have. And here's another thing. If you do get a lot of girls, don't let that consume you. You feel confident, you go out and get more girls, great. But make sure to use that energy and put it towards something productive. A lot of the biggest losers that I know were the coolest kids in high school. In high school, the most popular kids, best looking, whatever, get a ton of girls. They had life on easy mode since the start. It always came to them. It was always easy. And then you go out into the real world, all of a sudden, how fast you can run doesn't get you any pussy. And now it's you and I, the motherfuckers that didn't get laid in high school or whatever. Oh, I don't know what you did, but I didn't, that's for sure. But I learned that I had to earn it. I had to build a garden. And now I don't have a problem with the females. Call your family every week. Relationships take effort. A lot of times my family is pissing me off, you know, they're always pulling some bullshit, always, dude, let's not forget, your family is all you really have at the end of the day. Your family is the most unconditional support that you'll ever get. Your family sacrificed everything for you. And although sometimes you fight, sometimes you don't get along, that's what relationships are all about. No relationship is perfect. No relationship comes too easy. If a relationship comes too easy, it's a fake relationship. Put them first. That's real love, is when you put your family first, you understand that they have the situation, it conflicts with your best interest, but you need to put them first because it's your family. That's all you really have. And before you know it, you never know, they're gonna be gone one day, or you're gonna be gone one day. So you really need to put in effort to cherish these relationships. And boom, that completes Book of Togi Part 1. My real Book of Togi is about 40 pages right now, but I just picked out some of my favorite ones. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you made it this far through the video, I really appreciate that. I really hope that you got something out of this. Even though I don't know you and you don't know me, I really believe in you and I really love you because I know that I was a big loser once, and I'm not saying you're a loser, but I'm saying if myself as a loser could progress my life like so, you as whatever you are, I know you can. Because if I did it, why can you not? We could, Togi channel, 500,000 subscribers. That's such a small percentage of the world, we could rule the world. None of you watching the video are destined to be flipping the patties. Every single one of you is destined for more, and it's statistically possible for every single person, you, to do anything and everything you want, and one day you and I will meet on a yacht in Monaco and you're gonna say, I saw that Book of Togi. Screenshot this video right now with the date, we'll call that the ticket. I'm gonna throw a yacht party. We'll throw a crazy yacht party in Monaco. We're gonna throw, it's a great idea. We're throwing a crazy yacht party in Monaco. All of us, we're gonna be there, all on our yachts. And the ticket in, the proof in, is you screenshot this video right now with the date in it, and you pull up to the gate and you show it, you pull up with your own yacht, because you got a yacht. To the yacht party 2 years from now, you go, Yard, check that out. I got my ticket, bought 2 years ago. I invested thousands of hours of sweat equity. Every single day, no matter how I felt, no matter how the weather is, I did not give up. This ticket didn't cost me money. This ticket costed me my life. I had to kill my old self for this ticket. Countless lonely nights for this ticket. That's the most valuable ticket ever. And that is infinite respect. If I see any of you guys, if 5 people show up to this yacht party, that would be the coolest thing ever. Nothing is easy. All good things take time. Progress is never fast and sometimes never visible. You're on the right path, my friend. Do not forget, the path to your dreams feels terrifying. The path to your fears feels friendly. If you're scared, you want to turn back, you feel like you've risked too much, you can't do it, just know I'm proud of you. Stay on that path because you're on the right path. And I love you for supporting my path and my dreams. And now it's your guys' turn. Thank you so much for supporting my journey. It's your turn to have everything and anything that you want. All right, good luck with everything. Thank you for watching this video, and I congratulate you on all your future success. I will see you at that crazy TOGI yacht party. No other content creator coming up with schemes like that. And now it's a community scheme. We can officially call it our scheme. So yeah, we're putting that in motion. All right, cheers guys, have a good one.